In this lesson, we're going to be looking at parallel lines. Our objective, understand how to create a parallel line through a given point. Our vocabulary, if you don't already have this word, would be parallel. Please get that down if you haven't already. There are three main options for creating parallel lines. The first one is to copy an angle and use alternate interior angles. So the first thing that we do in this situation is we have to use our line and our point and create an angle of any size. Now, this segment that I use to make the angle will act in twofold. It will act as part of our angle and as our transversal. So now we're just going to copy the angle from here up here, alternate interior angles. So pick some distance and swing your arc. Keep that same distance. Go to your point above and swing an arc. Okay, now we're going to measure this distance. Mine's pretty small. Go here and swing an arc. And now it's just connect the dots. We have this point here and this point here, which should create a parallel line. As I put my ruler down, looks pretty parallel. Okay, parallel lines can be a little tricky, so if your first few attempts aren't going so well, make sure you practice some more. That's really the only way to do it. Option number 2 is to create two perpendiculars. A perpendicular is at the angle of 90 degrees. 90 and 90, as in two perpendiculars, would make 180. So we would be at a parallel situation. So first I want to create a perpendicular from this point to this segment. So I have to measure past my line and make an arc, which will give me two endpoints. These two endpoints need to be perpendicularly bisected. Well, I have the top part of my football, so now I need the bottom part. So I'm going to measure over halfway and swing an arc on one side. Go to the other point and swing an arc on that side. Notice how I'm turning the paper more than I'm turning the compass. That keeps us from the compass moving on us and being the wrong size after we've already measured. Notice, looks pretty right there. Okay, I extend past because when we do the perpendicular for this point, we need endpoints on either side of the point. Since the point is on the line, we need an extended line. So I'm going to pick any distance and I'm going to create a semicircle. So I turn the paper and get my semicircle there. Just go here and swing your arc. Okay? I turn the paper so it might be hard to watch with my hand in the way. Once I have these two endpoints, now the idea is to perpendicularly bisect again. Again, we have our point, which is in the middle. It's a midpoint. So we only need half of the football. So I'm going to measure over halfway. I'm going to make an arc out here and go to this side, make an arc on the other side. Looks like it's right there. So now I just put my ruler down and we'll go this way so we can kind of see how it looks. Looks pretty close. Might be a little bit off. Again, just got to practice. Not too bad. The last option is what I call the hybrid. There are some people that they like doing the perpendicular, but they don't like doing it twice because of the semicircle part at the end. So what I've told them is you can create the perpendicular and then copy that 90-degree angle onto one of the sides. So I'm going to go through that pretty quickly. So the first thing we need is to create the perpendicular. So end point here and end point here. Measure over halfway. Make an arc on one side. Make an arc on the other. And connect the dots. Okay, looks like a right angle. So we're going to treat this like our transversal. We're going to copy this angle over to that side. We're now going to measure this distance from here to there. And turn the ruler around so we can see how close it is. And it looks like it is about right there. And again, might be a little bit off, but you just have to play around with it and practice a little. So if there's any part of this that you didn't understand or you need to watch again, make sure that you pause, rewind, and rewatch, and bring any questions to class. Thank you.